Hello guys, and welcome to Pro Luxury Exhibitions. In today's brand new video, we're going to talk about Paul McCartney, his biography, net worth, career, cars, houses, and luxury lifestyle. One of the greatest composers and performers of all time is Paul McCartney. His Beatles song Yesterday has been reproduced by more than 2,200 artists, making it one of the most covered songs in the annals of popular music. It goes without saying that he makes money nearly every time it is covered. 8 Grammy Awards have been given to Paul McCartney. 32 of the songs he co-wrote or wrote have peaked at _1 on the Billboard Hot 100. He consistently ranks among the highest paid celebs. Paul easily makes $50 to $70 million privately during his years of touring. He makes tens of millions of dollars every year in royalties and licensing fees from his own music, as well as a very significant portfolio of publishing copyrights from other artists through his publishing company, MPL Communications, outside of the touring seasons. MPL is the rightful owner of many songs by musicians like Buddy Holly, Carl Perkins, and a plethora of others. Kindly support our channel by hitting the like and subscribe buttons as we proceed. Thank you. Now, let's move into the part that all of you guys love, cars. S. DeVille Mini Cooper, 1965. Brian Epstein, the Beatles manager, ordered 4 Minis for the group in 1965, but these weren't your typical cars. Harold Radford and Company, a British coach building business better renowned for its work on Bentleys, modified the automobiles. However, after demonstrating their versatility with the standard Mini, Epstein hired the business to work its magic on a number of high-end 1275cc Mini Cooper S vehicles, and McCartney's was a stunning example. It was finished in California sage green and included a Webasto sliding sunroof, 2 additional front-mounted fog lamps, Aston Martin taillights, and a spotless wood grain interior. It was included in the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour movie because McCartney thought it was great. When it was auctioned off in 2018, it brought about £182,000. A Mini set a world record at the time. DB6 Aston Martin, 1966. McCartney spun out on a DB6 in 1966 after developing a love for Aston Martins a few years earlier. The DB5's replacement had better aerodynamics, was slightly larger, grand touring was a focus, and had a camback rear end for extra cargo room. McCartney chose him in Goodwood Green, and it had a 6-cylinder, 3,995cc engine that produced 282 bhp. However, the most notable feature of McCartney's DB6 is that he requested a reel-to-reel tape recorder rather than a record player, as he had in his DB5. As a result, while driving the DB6 to see Julian, the little son of John Lennon, he was inspired to write a song. He came up with the title, Hey Jules, which was later changed to Hey Jude, and recorded it. Years later, John Lennon remarked, quote, "That's the best song," unquote, because Paul was going to see his son Julian. The song originally focused on him. He then changed it to Hey Jude, although he said it was about him. I had always assumed it was about me and Yoko. Aston Healey 3000, 1966. Paul McCartney was killed in his vehicle back in 1966. Stop us if you've heard this one before, but during the recording of Sgt. Pepper on November 9, 1964, McCartney got into a fight with the band and stormed out of the Abbey Road studio. He then got into his Aston Healey 3000, a classic British sports car, and drove off into the night while still high on LSD. He smashed his automobile in the rain, failed to see a red light, and was declared dead at 5 a.m. that morning, which was a little unfortunate. Epstein and the remaining Beatles decided to replace McCartney with the winner of a look-alike contest instead of disbanding the group, continuing as a four-piece and harming Austin Healey's sales. The rest is of course total rubbish, but as far as urban myths go, this is probably the best there is. If you don't believe this, you can hear a voice saying, quote, "Paul McCartney is absolutely dead, and this week's lotto numbers are 12, 23, 31, end quote. When you play the White Album backward, sure it's just a theory, but it makes sense. Now let's talk about his houses. According to reports, Paul McCartney made the decision to purchase a home in Los Angeles in 2001, after growing weary of staying in motels there whenever he visited. He spent $4 million on a home in the Hollywood Hills that had previously belonged to Ellen DeGeneres and Courtney Love. The approximately 2 acres of ground where the French country-style home is situated. There are 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and 4,700 square feet of living area in this house. The property is seclusion and quiet in the highlands above Beverly Hills, where it was first constructed in the late 1930s and has undergone a comprehensive renovation, is one of its primary selling points. Because it is or has been home to well-known performers like Madonna, Rihanna, and Mariah Carey, it is also referred to as LA's Music Row. Additionally, the former Beatle had a penthouse on Manhattan's Upper East Side. In 2015, McCartney paid $15.5 million for the 10-room, 2-story apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows on Fifth Avenue's Museum Mile. But the Wall Street Journal reports that he recently sold it at a loss. The renowned singer-songwriter still owns his ranch in Arizona, as well as other homes in England, including Blossomwood Farm, a vast 150-acre estate in the East Sussex village of Peasmarsh. The Beatles are legendary, and so is Paul. Although he doesn't perform all that much anymore, he still earns a lot of money, as we mentioned at the start. It's crazy. Anyway, let's just have a look at his net worth. Do you know what it is? Well, it's estimated to be over $800 million. Crazy. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments down below, and I love to help. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content like this and much more. We will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.